Singapore is aging rapidly. By 2030, about 1 in 5 Singaporeans will be over 65. So building up elder care services and facilities is important, as that will help seniors lead active and meaningful lives. This is one of the areas that Tsao Foundation is looking into as it celebrates its 20th anniversary this year. The not-for-profit organization, which started in 1993, also hopes to help seniors optimize opportunities in living longer. I have in studio with me Chairman of Tsao Foundation, Dr Mary Ann Tsao. Mary Ann, thanks for joining us today.
Certainly. Your
foundation's tagline, longevity is opportunity. How do you help people realize such opportunities?
Well, as you know, people are living longer than ever in Singapore, certainly across the world. And that's for most of us at least 20 plus extra years to live, learn, grow, enjoy. Of course, there are many barriers to people not being able to exploit the opportunities. Very straightforward will obviously be people with poor health and poor social circumstances, or people's skills are no longer appropriate for them to be able to have a place in the marketplace, in the workplace, or those people who, older person who feel disempowered to ask for what they need and want. So in those, our foundation for the last 20 years have been working in those areas to address those needs. Certainly we have a whole series of innovative programs in the community to help them age in place, whether it's to grow old healthily and successful and teach them to take care of themselves, or clinics that take care of people for 40 plus, that specialized problems to older people, or home care program that help older people to live comfortably at home. Our trainings academy basically helps older people to learn new skills. They can enter a sunrise industry, which is an aged care services. And of course, the International Longevity Centers always have eyes on the horizon to what are new trends coming up that presents opportunities, that block opportunities as well. Of course, the worst factor is ageism. People's social attitudes for older people who think that they are no longer capable of learning or working or being useful in general, which of course we all know to be not true. So one of the programs we just launched this year, the 20th anniversary, is really about a series of lectures that looks at the future of aging and the possibilities it presents based on science of what we know today. Because we all know now that an 80-year-old chronologically is only biologically 70, and that age is growing younger every year. So I'm very hopeful.
All right, let's move away from the attitudes like ageism. Let's talk about, say, physical needs. We're talking about the care facilities.
Sure.
What do you think is the current state of elder care facilities now, and what do you think we need to improve?
Well, we specialize in care in the community because our goal is to help older people live at home and in the community, and preferably, if they wish to die, comfortably at home as well, and peacefully at home. So we don't deal with nursing homes and so on, so my comments don't apply to those. But I would say the community-based aged care services, luckily since last year, has been growing. I think there's a long way to go still in terms of number and the quality of the care services. We need to look at a whole range of needs for those who are mildly frail to those who are bedbound, and obviously those who ultimately will need full-time care at home. So I think there's lots of space to
And I think that's where Tsao Foundation is coming in, right? You have
Right.
a pilot program in Whampoa. Can you tell a little bit more about the progress of that and what are you doing?
Well, in Whampoa, we're trying to take a whole community approach to aging, because aging is not something that happens when you hit a certain age. It actually happens throughout your whole life course. And it's an interplay between what older person can do for themselves, what the family can support, and for those whom families are not able to take care of them, or those who have no families, really the entire community taking ownership about the future we create for our older people. So we're basically looking at how we can connect with the grassroots, for other service providers, and other stakeholders, including police, town council, and all that over time, to build a whole network of stakeholders that look at the broader view of what older people need and mobilize a lot of volunteers, for instance. The other thing is to create a system of care. Right now, people tend to go to individual services, and services are not connected. The family have to try to navigate that. The idea of creating a system of services is that an older person will enter a service point as they need more or as they need less. It can move smoothly through a continuum. And lastly, I think the idea of Whampoa is to be proactive. Currently, people get sick, they get in the hospital, get into trouble, then they come to a service provider. But a whole community approach, meaning using community resources and volunteers, be able to visit basically every single older person, find out what their needs are, and then basically get them to the right service quickly.
And if Whampoa takes off, and it sounds very exciting, it will, are there plans for expansion? How would you identify which area?
Well, that would not be up to me. Well, our job as foundation is to innovate, work out the processes, measure the results, show whether it's effective, and then hopefully from there on, other precincts will also be interested, and we would be very happy to share with them our experiences.
Right. Mary Ann, thanks so much for sharing. Thanks for joining us, and all the best, Mary Ann.
Thank you.
And that was Dr. Mary Ann Tsao from the Sound Foundation, helping more seniors to age gracefully where they live.